What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Wak4863, but you can call me Wak. In today's video, I want to take a look at some of the weapons that you can now get in the Exiled Lands that previously you were only able to get on the Isle of Siptah. Now initially, I wanted to do a video talking about the Coup De Grace, which I came across in one of my live streams the other day. But I decided that instead of giving you information on just one thing that you could get on the Exiled Lands, I was going to bring you 8 different weapons that you can get now in the Exiled Lands that previously you could only get in the Isle of Siptah. So first of all, let me take you through the list of items that we're going to be looking at in this video. The first is the Black Claws, which you can see here, health damage of 52, armor penetration at 9%, and they are acidic. Their durability comes in at 1800 total durability. Now all of these are legendary, so you're not going to be able to repair them, which means if you like one of these particular weapons, you are going to need to go back and farm that weapon in the location I'm going to show you later on in the video. If we look at the Black Claws with the master weapon fitting attached to them, you can see the health damage goes up to 57 and the armor penetration goes up to 21%. Moving on, we have the Hunger Blades. These have a health damage of 44 and an armor penetration of 19%. These are diseased, so that means that they actually apply the diseased status effect to the enemy when they're hit. And they have a total of 1800 durability. If we look at them with the master weapon fitting applied, you can see the health damage goes up to 49 and the armor penetration goes up to 31%. And the Hunger Blades are actually dual wielded axes and they use that animation. Next is the Coup De Grace. This is the weapon that spawned this video when I found it during a live stream. It does health damage of 0 and armor penetration of 0, obviously because this is a concussive weapon. Its durability is 1500, but I've got another thing to tell you about this weapon. If we look at the information tab, it says using this truncheon on unworthy foes will not simply knock them out, but crack their skulls in the process. The way that this weapon was intended to work was it would kill anything that was lower than a tier 4 thrall. However, since the recent change to truncheons so that they don't inflict damage on the target, that feature is not working. So this truncheon will now knock out every tier of NPC. I don't know if there's any plan on changing this in the future. If it does get fixed at some point in time, you'll notice that it just kills any thralls that are under tier 4. The best attachment for this is the advanced blunted weapon fitting. So in order to get these weapons, we need to go to the Midnight Grove. If you're not familiar with where this is on the map, it's right here in 8D, just below the ruins of Old Nebthu. You'll need to speak to this gentleman here and he will sell you a potion of midnight for 5 barrel flesh. You can also learn Midnight Alchemist here, which will allow you to make the midnight potion and teleport yourself to this dungeon from anywhere on the map. The Midnight Potion, once you purchase it or craft it, does have a short decay timer, so it's important that you use it swiftly after acquiring it. And I've got a quick message for you from the future. This is me reporting from Test Live, which is going to launch to the live version of the game on December 14th, 2023. There have been some changes made to the way this works. So while the Midnight Grove is still located in the same location, you now have to come here in order to craft the potion. You can no longer craft that back at your base. So the best thing to do is just come and purchase the potion of midnight for 5 feral flesh. However, behind that guy, you will find this altar, and this is where you'll actually be able to craft the potion of midnight. You can see the ingredients required there. You are no longer going to be able to craft that at your base. So if you need a bunch of them, craft them now before you get that update and place them in your refrigerator so that you have them handy once we get this update. And stick around for some bonus information at the end of this video. Now, I'm not going to run you through this dungeon, but I will show you the 3 bosses that you need to defeat in order to get these weapons. The first boss that has the ability to drop this weapon is this Black Panther, and he does have the chance of dropping this weapon in the inventory. This dungeon is a little bit harder to get these enemies to auto spawn for the video, so I will be editing this video so that I can just show you that they drop these items. And after quite a few kills here, I was able to get the Hunger Blades from this enemy. Like I said, you can get any one of the weapons that I told you about, the Black Claws, the Hunger Blades, or the Coup De Grace from this enemy. The next enemy is actually the Silverback Gorilla, and he is also a 3-skull boss. After quite a few kills, I was able to get the Black Claws to drop in its inventory. The last enemy that has the ability to drop all 3 of these items is the Bull, and you can see that after quite a few kills, I was able to get the Coup De Grace to drop from this boss. Moving on, we have the Diseased Spike. These are punching daggers, and they have a health damage of 46 and an armor penetration of 9%. These are also diseased, so they will apply that status effect to the enemies that you hit with them. And they have 1800 total durability. When you apply the Master Weapon fitting to it, it takes the health damage to 51 and the armor penetration to 21%. Next on our list is the Berserkers Fist blades, health damage of 52 and armor penetration of 9%. The durability is 1800, and it says that these weapons are vengeful. Vengeful appears to be a form of berserking, so you can have increased damage based on the percentage of health you are below your maximum health. Additionally, it's supposed to increase your armor by 50. And if we put the Master Weapon fitting on there, its health damage is at 57 and the armor penetration is at 21%. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to whack that like button and check to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel for future content. For the next 2 weapons, we're headed to Kale's Stronghold. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with where that's at, it is on the line of 7 and 8 in B, and this is also known as the Warmaker's Dungeon. Once inside, we just want to head straight through to the blue door. I'm just going to run past all the enemies here, but obviously they will aggro on you, and you will have to fight these enemies to get through here. Once we pass the first door, like I said, we want to go to this bluish purple door in order to find the boss that's going to drop these weapons. Opening this up, we can see the Blood Defiler standing here, and if we kill him, he has the chance to drop these 2 weapons. You can see we got the Diseased Spike right away. We also got the Eye of the Watcher. This is a weapon that's been on the Exiled Lands for a long time, so I'm not covering that in this video. After killing him a couple more times, you can see he dropped the Berserkers Fist blades for us as well. Moving down the list to the katanas, the Curved Slayer has health damage of 71 and armor penetration of 13. It also says it has the Executioner ability built into this weapon. If you're not familiar with what Executioner is, it means that when an enemy target gets below 10% health, the next hit from this weapon will kill them. And it has a durability of 2700. Applying the Master Weapon fitting to this weapon brings the damage up to 76 and the armor penetration up to 25%. For this weapon, we're headed to the Abandoned Silver Mine. Now, this is right here on the map in 6B. And we're just going to head inside, and we really just want to get to the first major open room. So I'm just going to run to that room so that I can show you where this boss is, and you can kill that boss for this weapon. Now, here we are in the first big room, and we'll look for the undead monstrosity right back here. That's this guy here that we want to kill. He's the undead reptile monstrosity, and if we kill him a few times, we should get him to drop this weapon. We did. There it is right there, the Curved Slayer. Next, we have another katana, the Graceful Night, with health damage of 64 and armor penetration of 14%. This is a pretty standard katana with no additional attributes in it. But it is a really good katana, and you can actually get this really early on in your gameplay. The durability comes in at 2700. If we apply the master weapon fitting to it, you can see the health damage goes up to 69 and the armor penetration comes in at 26%. Last but not least, we have the Reliable Butcher, which is the only tool in this list. Unless you consider the truncheon to be a tool instead of a weapon, which I don't, so I'm gonna say this is the only tool in the list. And it has the butchering tag on it, so what that does is it actually gives you more flesh, and it says that it removes heads more reliably, so you should get the head of the creature that you're harvesting more often. It also says that it's durable, which just means that it has boosted durability, coming in at 6,000 total durability. Now for this tool, the best thing you could do is add a reinforcement kit. I put the master reinforcement kit on this and it got the durability all the way up to 12,000. But as you can see, that particular kit does make this tool very heavy, clocking in at 8.75 for the weight. The next two items I'm going to show you are probably the ones you can get earliest on in game because they're right down here on Noob River at Skulker's End. We need to enter the Dregs dungeon in order to get these weapons. So for that, we just want to run into this structure. Make sure you bring one of the enemies in here with you because you will need to kill them while you're standing in this spot. Once you've killed them, the roof will open and you'll be able to run into the dungeon. Now for these weapons, we are going to run until we get to the spider boss. That's the boss that we want to defeat in order to get these weapons. So just follow along with my path in order to find where this boss spawns. You will need to bring a bow in here in order to activate all the pressure plates. I'm going to fly. I won't use the pressure plates, but you shoot that one there, and that fills the water in this section so that you can get up to this area. Moving along here, you'll have some skeletons to fight, but go through this door and interact with the next puzzle to fill the water in this area. And that pressure plate is going to be on the left-hand side here. That's going to get you up to this door here. We'll interact with that. And in this room, we actually have 3 pressure plates to shoot. There is one there. Another one can be shot from here. And then there's another one on the other side here that can be shot from here. If this area fills up with water, there is a landing pad here and on the other side where you can shoot these other pressure plates, activating all the water so that you can get across to this point. Once you're here, you want to take a right and head down these stairs so that you can fight the spider that's sitting in the acid bath. I will go ahead and uncloak so that I can bring him out of that acid bath and kill him to show you what he drops. So we'll kill him off, and you can see he dropped the Graceful Night. If we kill the next one, we actually got lucky and got the Reliable Butcher right away. And those are the 2 things that you can get in this dungeon. I've told you guys in previous videos to come to this location. This is Sinner's Refuge, and right now you can get some really great bows from this location. What you want to do is just run all the way to the back of this cave, and you're going to find the Chosen of Azura. There you go, there's the Chosen of Azura, and if you kill them in this spot prior to the Chapter 3 update to the Age of War, they are going to drop some amazing bows for you. And you can see right there, we got the bow of the gray ones. That is a bow that would only be on the Isle of Siptah prior to this update. However, this is going to revert with the Age of War Chapter 3 update. These guys are not going to have the same loot pool. You still can get bows from them, but not the amazing bows that you can get prior to the Chapter 3 update. So put this on the list of things to do prior to getting that update so that you can get a bunch of really good bows before they're no longer available in this location. So there you go, that is all the locations that I know of to get weapons that were once only available on the Isle of Siptah. Don't forget to whack the like button on your way out and let me know in the comment section below if you know of any other new places to get really cool weapons. I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for their financial support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you are looking for a different kind of survival game that meshes the worlds of Myth of Empires and Conan Exiles, check out the video on the screen right now.